Boys and girls, friends and people from everywhere. Well, guess what? We're back. So as you can tell, we're in one piece. And today, we're supporting the National Sarcastic Society. So anyway, the reason why we're here, this is a Yamaha Attitude Plus. So this is not the Billy model, which there seem to be a bunch of those floating around in here. This is the one that was made in Taiwan. It was actually more of a base model, more of a budget model. And by the way, if you hear the noise, it's because I'm playing through the studio monitors, and for some reason, it's having some issues. So don't worry about the noise. For all of the videos I've done, a lot of you have asked, what does the bass sound like with no effects, no pedals, no nothing? Well, first, before I get into that, I want to give two shout outs. One to Tech 21 for the amazing Doug Pinnick pedal. If you haven't tried it, you should. Number two, for my friend Dino and Ampeg and the Ampeg family, the Ampeg Scrambler DI. That's another beautiful pedal. As a matter of fact, I'm plugged into that one right now just for fun, and we'll talk about that later. So what I'm doing here now is I want to just show you this really cool red Yamaha. And now I need to give you a quick story. I got this from a friend of mine. He said it was built for a New York player named David Santos, to be verified. This bass has some things that the standard Yamahas wouldn't have at the time. Again, remember, this is not the limited, like this guy over here. This is not the Billy bass. This is the other, one of the other models. No less in quality, just a different model. So this has a very slender jazz bass, sized 1.5 close nut neck, very smooth, very simple. This particular bass came to me with a set of bass lines and the matching preamp. So if I flip it over, you'll see it's rear loaded for controls, and of course there's a battery box that's here. Now, because of something that happened with the preamp, it is no longer in the bass. So that means that the battery box is still there but is disconnected. I actually opted to go in and put a set of DiMarzio Willpower P-Bass pickups into it, and they are wired straight to the jack. So there is nothing between the pickup and the cord, okay? Wires from the pickup, that's all there is to it. So there's this very cool Volkswagen bus sticker. You know, we don't like Volkswagens, do we? There's a Volkswagen bus sticker on here that is actually covering up, there's holes, there's 3 holes here drilled for what was here in volume, blend, etc. The holes are still there, they're very clean. Again, it was done very professionally. They're just covered with a Volkswagen bus because I don't need it right now, because I can play it with pickup straight too. So let's come back around. A couple of other things here about this guitar. Has a badass 3 groove saddles, pretty cool. Also has a Hipshot detuner up top. Pretty standard. What it does, it drops it down to D or C sharp if you tune it down. So what we're going to do here real quick is, because we don't have a lot of knobs to turn and a lot of things to play with, what I thought I would do is I would just give you a rundown of the guitar, simply what it sounds like and what you would expect if you had this guitar. Now, before I say anything else about that, if you like this one and you like what you hear and this one draws your interest, drop me a line down below. Just tell me what you think, and it doesn't have to stay here if you want it. Also, shallow strap-ons. Stream of consciousness, we're flowing today. All right, so what you're hearing right now, okay, there's gonna be a little string noise because I'm closer to the camera than the speakers, but just understand it's about to change. So what I'm going through right now is I'm going through the Ampeg Scrambler DI, and I actually have the Scrambler circuit on. So that's what you're hearing the bass through now. Now, for those of you who like to know what the bass sounds like without that, that's what the bass sounds like without that pedal. So it is a traditional P bass, just as you see it, without a tone control. That means this pickup is guns a-blazing. It's dimed, because there's no way to adjust it. So it sounds like a P bass. Okay, and it's grumbling and stuff because it's fighting me a little bit, but you know what? The Badass 3, it just does that for me. The way it is, plus the action's a little higher than I'm used to. So anyway, that's what this thing sounds like because I'm not running anything but the P-bass pickup into the jack. It's going straight through. There's no effects, no nothing. Simple standard bass. Okay, so this is what you expect. No effects. Okay, so let's put the scrambler effect back on. You'll notice the drop in volume, again, because we're going through something. How about some dissonance? Okay, anyway, this is just a quick hitter. I wanted you guys to see this. It's really a very simple instrument, and it actually plays really well. And you can, of course, do all the usual stuff. So for all of you who don't like this, yes, it does slap. And of course, since there's no mud bucker up here like on the Billy basses, there's lots of room. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, or you want to talk about the Doug pedal or the Ampeg Scrambler DI, drop your comments below. If you haven't been here a long time, feel free to look around the channel here. There's tons of bass videos, all kinds of crazy stuff. Hit that little subscribe button and we'll have some more fun. Also, just a quick shout out to our friends at GHS Strings, because without them, we wouldn't have pink strings. Not that they're pink covered, but they're pink bassman strings. Ask your GHS dude and he'll tell you all about it. Until next time, be good, play some bass, stay well. See ya!